AE lock, man. What's the good lighting? Like right there.
It's a young nigga world.
Young Shad, you killed this track.
Back in my dreams, chilling with your babe, towing the AK. Back in my dreams, it's never ever what it seems.
What's happening, Jar Gang? It's your girl KG, back with another video. You know, this is my natural hair. So, you know, whatever, nobody cares. Okay. As you can see from the title of this video, this will be a story on how I got this scar. How I got this scar on my hand. If you don't watch my Snapchat, or if you don't watch my Instagram story, or if you just don't know me personally, or like just know of me or whatever, or you just don't know, then you don't know how I got this. You don't know what the heck happened, and you're probably wondering like, how the frick did you do that? And I never made a like separate video on this, or I never like made it such a big deal because I didn't feel like it was a big deal, and I did it to myself, like me being stupid. So I'm just like, I feel like a D-head, so I just never made a story on it, and I really feel like there wasn't no story to it. But I mean, I could tell you guys like what happened after when I went to the hospital and all that. So yeah, I'm just gonna be inserting pictures and Snapchat videos, all that throughout the video, so you guys can see like what happened, because I documented this whole thing. If you want to see more videos like this, any more story times or anything like that, make sure you comment down below video ideas. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications when I post, and make sure you follow all my social medias, and make sure you like the video if this was an interesting story, or if you just like story times. With all that being said, let's get back in to the video. Okay, so let's just hop right into this, because when I tell you guys the story, you're just gonna be like, boy, like, what were you thinking? So yeah, to this day I still think like, why would you do that? Or there's so many ways I could have prevented this, or like if I just would have thought one more step ahead, you know, if I just would have thought for one more second, maybe 5, I could have, you know, prevented this. But you know, you live and you learn, things happen, and I'm okay. So it is what it is. It is maybe 2 weeks before school starts, either a week. I think it was a week actually, because school was starting close. It might have been 2 weeks. It was either 1 or 2 weeks. School was coming up, okay? And you know, your girl's watching YouTube videos. I got the inspiration to be DIY, to try some stuff. That thing was sugar wax, okay? So that's not your regular thing to try to do DIY, but you know, there's so many things I've done by myself and on my own that I was like, oh, I could do this. That's easy. Make some hot water and sugar and cook it on a stove, blah blah blah. That's easy. Yeah. I got it done is what I did after that, like messed up everything. So I did it, I made it, you know, I was feeling good about myself. I was able to put the wax from the pan into a jar, like a, I don't know, it was a jar, it's a glass jar. And I put it in there to cool, because in order to use the sugar wax, if you don't know what sugar wax is, it's for like hair removal. Yeah, it's in a jar and it's cooling down or whatever, and I start cleaning everything up so I could like, you know, try it without having to think about like, oh, I gotta clean up the kitchen. So I start cleaning up, you know, clean the oven, clean the counter. But wait, there's stuff on the counter. No wax, my phone, blah, blah, blah. So I start moving stuff off that counter. I go to grab the freaking jar of wax, sugar wax, wax that I thought was cooled down. I swear, I thought it was like a good 5 minutes. I thought it was cooled down by then, you know what I'm saying? It was like, if to me it felt like a good 5 to 10 minutes, and I thought it would be cooled down by then. Like, why would it still be that hot, you know, to burn my skin? Who knows? Yeah, I go to grab the jar and it's hot, and you know when you grab something, it like scares you, or you instantly like flinch or something. I did that, and wax goes everywhere, like everywhere, like dang near everywhere. It goes all over the counter it was on. Well, the front of the counter. Thank God I didn't go on sides or nothing like that. It goes on the floor. It goes on my hand. It got on my phone. It was bad. It was bad. But I wasn't thinking about the wax on my hand. Like, it didn't even feel as bad as it looks until I looked at my hand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking I'm cool. I'm thinking either I got, like, you know when you burn yourself with a flat iron or something, you get that little dark mark. I'm thinking I got that, or like, you know, I'm just thinking my skin's real hot because, like, there's a hot substance on your hand. Like hot water. I thought it was like that. That's what it felt like when you use hot water that's too hot. Like, it don't burn you, it don't scar you or nothing, but it's hot. Like, it hurts a little bit, you know? I wasn't reacting in no type of way. I wasn't even tripping about it. It didn't hurt. My first thought was, yo, there's wax everywhere. Like, I have to clean this up and clean it up as best as possible before my grandma gets home. Like, it's just like, I was like, yo, like, it's over. So I start trying to move stuff like out the way and all that, and I look at my hand and I was just like, this is the exact thing I said. Like, I know I said this for sure. I was just like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then instantly tears just start coming to my eyes. I'm just like, yo, what did I do? Like, insert picture here. Look at that. Like, tell me you would not cry if you would have saw that. Your hand is literally melting. My hand was literally melting, and I was just like I instantly start feeling it. I was like, so I tried to call my mom, and there's wax all over my phone. There's wax on my camera, the speakers, the screen. Like, it's covered in wax pretty much. I was like trying to press on my knuckles and stuff. It was horrific. I tried to call my mom and she did not answer. So I'm like, okay, Rail was my boyfriend at the time. Don't even do that, because we still cool. You know, that's my homie. My little, yeah, so I call him. He's in class. I FaceTime him, and I'm just like, Rail. Like, you know that voice when you crying, or like, and it's just like, like, you know, like, you know what I'm talking about. So he hears that, but at first he thought I was laughing. He's like, what's wrong? Da, 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 da. I was like, my hand. And then that's when he like snapped into it, like, oh, something's wrong. And I was trying to show him, but I forgot there was like wax all over my camera. But it wasn't bad to the point where like the camera blacked out or anything. Like, my phone was still working like full out, like there wasn't even wax on it. But I guess it was foggy for him or something, or like blurry, so he couldn't see what was wrong with my hand. He couldn't hear me either. Like, the speakers, the microphone, all that is covered with wax, so it's really like, you know? So he hangs up, and I'm just like, okay, forget it. Like, I was just like, freak the hand. What about this kitchen? Like, we gotta clean this kitchen. So I started trying to clean this kitchen with this burning hand. Like, me moving it, me getting near the water, trying to clean, like, anything was hurting. Like, anything was pretty much like irritating my hand. So I'm just like doing everything with my left. I was finessing it though. I was, you know, with this one little hand, I'm like, So I'm cleaning. He calls back like 2 minutes later, probably, or a minute later. He's outside of the class, and he's like, what's wrong? So I'm trying to tell him, like, yo, I burnt my hand, like, look at my hand. And he's just like, how did you do that? Like, what the heck? Da, da, da. You need to go to the hospital. He's like, did you call your mom? I was like, yeah, but she didn't answer. I'm about to try to call my brother. I think he was like, tell me which hospital you go to, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, and like the whole time I'm just keeping him updated. Like, after we hung up, I was texting him and stuff. So my mom wasn't answering, so I called my brothers because they went with her. She was food shopping or whatever. So they went with her. So I'm like, okay, let me call my brother and like tell him to give her the phone. So he gives her the phone. I'm just like, I burnt my hand, like sugar wax, blah, blah, blah. And at first she was mad. Like, she was like, how the f did you do that? And like, that's crazy. Like, that's all black moms. They be so mad, but they be caring so much about their baby. Like, yo, she's just like, how the f did you do that with the you're lucky I'm coming up the hill. And I'm just like, oh my God, like. So she gets in, and I think I went to open the door, and I'm showing her. She's like, oh my God, like, she's still mad. She's like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, Mom, but at least I'm okay now. So she's mad and stuff, and I'm just like, I feel bad, and I'm still doing stuff with the hand. I'm just like ignoring it. She was like, no, you gotta go to the hospital, we gotta call the ambulance. So she calls the ambulance, and I forgot to tell you guys, I wasn't home alone when this was happening. I live with my grandma and my uncle. So my uncle was here. He was just upstairs asleep. But I didn't want to bother. Like, I hate feeling like I'm bothering anybody, especially because I did that dumb stuff like that. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna tell him. Like, I thought I could handle it myself. I thought everything was fine. In my head, I knew I wasn't fine, but you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just a Virgo thing, or maybe I'm just crazy. But like, I knew everything wasn't fine, and I knew I was like. With a melted hand and stuff, but I'm just thinking like, everything's good, everything's fine, you know, you got this, you know. Whew, this is a mouthful. Story time is a lot of talking. Everybody's just like, how? Like, what did you do? Everybody just keep asking me that. For like a good 2 weeks, everybody kept asking me, how did you burn your hand? It was so annoying. Like, I'm sorry, like, I know people just wanted to know, but like, stop. Everybody thought it was because I was trying to do a YouTube video. No, I was trying to copy somebody else. So we get in the ambulance, and this is hurting. Like, it's burning pretty bad. He straps me up and stuff, and I'm just holding my hand up. He puts ice on my hand and stuff. He tells me to like just let it sit there to like cool it down and all that. And they're taking us to Children, and we walk to the room, all that. Like, they was ready for me and all that. We get into the room, and the first doctor, she just basically asked me what happened, blah, blah, blah. And then they had to give me Motrin, because I always got it confused with morphine. It's Motrin. And I wasn't going to take it, but I'm glad they did give it to me, because she had to clean the wound and basically just try to get the wax out of it. But yeah, because I didn't do nothing to it. I didn't rinse my hand. Like, once I burnt it, I did not touch it ever again. Like, I barely tried to move it. And then she comes in to clean it with like a little sponge. It was like a sponge, and then the other side was like a buffer, I want to say. I don't know. It was like a sponge though. And she had my hand in water, and she put a movie on for me and stuff. We was watching Jumanji. And and Rail came too. He got an Uber there. By this time, like, the medicines kicked in, and I'm not like loopy or nothing. I'm just tired pretty much, and like, I couldn't really feel my hand when she was cleaning it. Either she was going really gentle, or I just couldn't feel it. So she cleans it, and then they just wrap it up for me, and they couldn't really do much for me. They sent me to the burn unit though, because they have like a burn unit. Like, they have people that specialize in that, so that's who they sent me to. So me, my mom, my stepdad, and Rail get in the car, and we go to the burn unit. We get there, and we're sitting in the waiting room, and then the doctor comes like, Kyra, they call me in, and they take me to this room, and they made me change into a gown, and then the doctor took pictures of my hand. You know, they asked questions and all that. And then we sat there for a good minute. Like, it felt like forever. It felt. And then they put me in like not a wheelchair, but it was a rolly chair, so I didn't have to walk around with this hand. So it's me, my mom, the doctor is pushing me around, and they take me upstairs to the people, and this is where I'm about to get it cleaned off. Guys, this was the most painful part of this whole process. Like, forget being burned. This, yo, what I'm about to tell you, I wanted to kill her. I wanted to kill the doctor. Don't take me serious. Like, don't sue me or nothing, but like, yeah. So we get up there, and then, you know, they ask me questions, blah, 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 you know, the same process. And then she basically tells me, like, well, no, these motherfuckers lied to me. The children's hospital told me, yeah, they're gonna dip your hand in a thing, and like, the water's gonna be spraying around, it's gonna get all the debris off, blah, blah. I thought I was about to be in a little, you know, they said it was therapeutic. They said it was calming. They said it would happen quickly. No. She basically is telling me, like, oh, I'm gonna clean it with this soap, and the soap is gonna burn a little bit because they got these chemicals, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, so I'm like, okay, you know, still thinking that I'm getting this therapeutic treatment. Heck no. There's also a video of what I'm talking about, what I'm about to show you guys, what I'm about to tell you. Basically, Shorty put, let me not call her Shorty because she did a good job, because as you can see, my hand healed correctly. So the doctor, she gets a rag, and I'm just like, where's the water with that? Like, ain't I supposed to dip my hand or something? And I was just like confused. So she starts squirting soap on the rag, and I'm just like, please don't tell me like you about to do that to me, bro. She sits on the little wheelie chair, and she rolls over to me. She's like, you ready? No. I keep forgetting parts, guys. Okay, so before she did any of what I just said, she takes the dead, like, burnt skin, like the skin that no longer needs to be there. She picks that off with a tweezer.
I'm not back here if you want to be out there.
Some of that junk coming off like paper mache. Yes. And she look like Dr. Pepper pop up over there.
I know you got all of it.
Look,
I can wait for that call.
Oh, that shit is crazy.
Oh. That's all I ever do.
Is you should talk meat, you good?
That didn't hurt. It was actually pretty satisfying to see all the like skin come off or whatever, all the blisters, all the skin that hardened up and blistered up or whatever. So she gets that off, and basically it looks like this. Like, it's just like a patch of white meat pretty much, and there was still like a little bit of skin like on my thumb. Like, it goes all the way there, guys. There was still like skin on the edges, but she didn't want to pick it too much because, yeah, she didn't want to like extend the wound or anything. So she does that, and then fast forward to everything I just said. She gets the rag and the soap, and I'm just like, no. So she couldn't pick off all the dead skin because some of the dead skin was still on the wound, and there's still wax and whatever bacteria that I picked up until like I got there. So she puts my hand on the thing, on the table, the cart, whatever it was, and oh man, this is when I really had to turn into a gangster because I knew it was gonna hurt. I was, oh man, I'm just gonna put the video.
You got man up. Come on, you can do it. YouTube ain't tell you about that part, huh? Go ahead, you can cry.
I think it's good. Alright, there you go. I think I'm all done.
Yeah, that junk like a newborn guinea pig.
And at first I was cool, but she's going hard. Like, you're gonna see the video. She's like, I was just like, oh, guys, like, oh my gosh. And I'm just like, I'm cool at first. I'm toughening it. I'm like, and then it just really started hitting me. I think that was real taking the video. After that, they pretty much just like, yeah, they cleaned it, put ointment on whatever, and then I was sitting there for a good minute with it just open because they had to wait for another doctor to tell them how they should wrap it up. Are you kidding me? Like, just wrap me up and take me home. What do you mean? So we're sitting there for a good, it had to be an hour, bro. It had to be an hour, and I'm not even exaggerating. We were sitting there because they were like switching shifts or whatever, but like still, man, like, why do I have to wait for another doctor to tell you like how to wrap my stuff? Just wrap it and send me home. Like, at least put a towel on it or something. I don't know. You just got me sitting here with a bleeding hand. So the doctor finally comes, and she basically told me everything I was already hearing. Like, it's a second superficial burn. Like, I know, man. People already told me this. It was a second degree superficial burn. I think it was superficial. I don't know. It was second degree though, and I can still feel my nerves. I can still feel my hand. Everything's good. Everything's working. You know what I'm saying? Everything's good. I finally told them how they could wrap it up. They wrapped it up, and I went home. And yeah, after that, I had to see them a week after, because they gave me like some ointment to put on it, and like I had to every morning. Yeah, every morning I had to clean it with like an antibacterial soap, really get in there as much as I could, and then put ointment on it, and then put the gauze and the wrap, and then a little sleeve. yeah, I had to do that every morning until it got to this point, pretty much, until my last appointment I had with them, where they told me like all you have to do is put what's that called, Eucerin on it. It's like that little lotion stuff. So yeah, but for a minute I was putting some type of medicated ointment on it, two mixed together actually, swirling it on the thing, and then yeah. But my grandma would do that for me because I could not do all that with my left hand, and my grandma's a nurse and stuff, so she had no problem taking care of me. Thank you. But yeah, that was that, her scraping my dead skin off and me having to clean it every day until about only like the middle part of my hand was like not healed. Like everything else was healed, but like the middle part would still be like bleeding and like fleshy and stuff. Until that point, it hurt to clean it every day. Like I remember the first time I got in the shower with it, I cried in the shower. You probably thinking like, dang, that's dramatic, but no, like it hurt. The water touched, like it didn't even, it hurt with the water not touching it. So with the water, boom, 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 it just felt like I was getting shot in my hand. It didn't feel like trickle, 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 trickle. It felt like duh, 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 duh. You know what I'm saying? And then I couldn't like, for the first week after, I couldn't do like gym or swimming, and I had trouble riding. But then after that, it just got better each day. And yeah, now it's like this. I just want to say that yes, this is all blood, and you're probably thinking like, well, how did you go from pink flesh to being bloody? Like, why didn't it bleed at first? I'm not sure about the science behind that, but they told me that bleeding was good, and it was a sign that I still had like nerves in my hand and stuff, and that the burn wasn't too deep. So yeah. With all the pictures that you saw, this is how my hand looks now, and I'm good. It doesn't hurt to move my hand or fingers. We're all good. So I'm thinking about getting a hand tattoo, but I'm gonna wait until I secure the bag, because if I have to get a job or something, it's gonna be a wrap if I get a hand tat. So we're just gonna wait. Yeah, but that's the story on how I got this scar, how I burnt my hand, how I got 2nd-degree superficial burns on my hand, on my right hand, on my down hand. Yes. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Hope I kept you entertained and like on your seats, because if you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. It helps out a lot and I would really appreciate it. Make sure you comment down below any video ideas that you want to see me do down below, and I will do them or try to. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every time I post. And follow my social media so you can keep up with me outside of YouTube. And be careful in the kitchen. Be careful when you're doing anything DIY. Don't be stupid like me. Don't try this at home, you know? And just be careful, because you'll end up like this or worse. So yeah, that's it. Love you guys and appreciate all your support, and I love you guys so much, and bye. That was horrible. Sorry. Okay. I did not mean it.